Okay, now we can get down to the meat and potatoes. You've had the soup and salad. Sorbet. Now let's have our meat and potatoes. I didn't have any homies with me at the time. I hadn't even seen my higher self, really. I had seen the Starfield, and I had had something happen to my vision that caused me to have the kind of vision that you get with night goggles, or the you know what I'm talking about. So I got that vision, got the Starfield, but I had not gotten any homies yet. So when the torture began, my son is home, but he's back in the back of the house. So, but when the torture began, it was just me and him, and people were telling me my higher self would not help me because I invited it in. But that was not entirely true. And if you look at that video, you'll see that what he did, the demon, he took a split second in time and came in, and he will tell you that's what he did. When I offered my hand, he took that split second and came in, and that's all she wrote. And he was good to me for a long time, until that one day. And after that, I couldn't go anywhere in my house without being accosted from behind. I couldn't sleep. I was losing days, nights, days. There was no sleep. No sleep at all. Some of the things that happened to me during the time that I couldn't get any sleep was I would forget when bills were due. And I had the money, but I would forget these bills were due. So here I am, a widowed mother with a teenager, and my lights get turned off. My lights had never been turned off. It cost me over $400 to get my lights turned back on. I didn't have the money, that much money. I had to borrow it. So I got that straightened out. I was so sick, I couldn't even go take care of it myself. I had to have my son do it. Thank God he could drive. Because I hadn't slept in days, weeks, I don't know how long it had been. I was a walking zombie. I was on my knees begging for help. Then the next thing I knew, I had no water. My water had been turned off. And so I had still been begging for help. But that day, I don't know what I did right. The last day, the day I finally got help, I don't know what I did right, but I did something right, because that night I had several angels come in. I had some guides come in, and fairies, several fairies that came in. I was elated. My room was just dotted with ping, 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 ping. Just little lights, my little bits of lightning. You know, my saving grace, I thought. And they were. But, as someone once said, the benevolence do not believe in doing malice without first trying to save the soul. Okay. So, here we go. We embark on a plan that is going to save this one soul. And in the meantime, I'm going to be kept as comfortable as possible while this thing gets purged and shown the light. Sorry, my camera's not on a sturdy spot. So, we began months long journey, and it's not over yet. We've brought in everything known to the astral and the earthly realms. Yes, I had a pastor and a deacon come to my house. That didn't work. We had demon slayers. 3 big demon slayers came first. Then 3 more. But the problem was, if you've been into the other dimensions, you'll know. The problem was, this thing that was attached to me is the same size I am. He's the same size we are. When you're in the other dimensions, or you're seeing in the other dimensions, they're real little. They can't do anything with somebody our size. Okay? We even had a dragon that came in, and for I don't know how long, he blew fire straight at this demon. Didn't work. Demon slayers are still here. They beat up on him all the time, but they can't make him leave. But I have found some advanced, some guys who are very advanced in this subject, who are helping me now. And I think, give us another, because they're one of them is traveling right now Give me another month, I'm hoping, and I'm thinking I'll have a good report. Hope so. But, you know, a soul's a soul. There's a lot of things about this attachment that I would like to tell you about, because you know it's not all bad, but I'll tell you, being abused in that way for weeks on end is no fun. No fun. And I mean, the day he decided to show me his true colors, Lord, he never told me what he was until the angels came. And when they came, they made him tell me what he was. A demon. And that just broke my heart that I had let that happen. But how was I to know that I could be so stupid? If I'd read that book first, it would have never happened. So think about it. Please think about it before you think about doing it. It can happen. It does happen. In fact, I was told by someone who is very big into this, that shall remain nameless, that it happens to more people than any of us realize, but most people won't talk about it. They don't want anyone to know that that's happened to them, especially the men. The men don't want you to know it's happened to them, because they get raped too. I just want you to think, when you go out there and in your everyday life, think about this. There is light and there is dark. The veil is thinning. It's getting very thin. And you take a chance when you go into a crowd. You take a chance. You don't even have to be into any kind of meditation or any of that for that to happen to you. Even if you are protected. I am a born again Christian. And have been all my life. And have always been at church when the doors were open, until I became disabled with degenerative disc disease and fibromyalgia. And it keeps me in this chair right here pretty much all the time. See, I'm coming up on 15 minutes now. I'm going to make another one just real short ending to this. And then I'll wait for questions, comments, and that sort of thing, okay? I love you all. I respect you all. And that's the thing you need to do. You need to have respect for all this stuff that's out here. And have enough respect for yourself. Stop giving your respect to everybody else and give yourself some.